Hey guys, what's up? My name is Tom Spark and welcome back to another video. Today we're specifically focusing on doxing. What do you do when you get doxed? What is doxing? How can you prevent it? What do you do when it's happened to you? This is my doxing video for 2025. So guys, whether you're freaking out right now because someone's harassing you, whether you're worried you might get doxed one day and you're a content creator, whether you're just a basic person that doesn't want to get doxed, this video is for you. Let me know your own personal story in the comments down below, why you're getting doxxed, what's going on. Sometimes writing it out can kind of help you guys if you are feeling stressed. So don't worry guys, I'll be here for you in this video and giving you some really good tips. So guys, first off, we're going to be doing this video kind of like a little presentation, but it's going to be visual, kind of going through the different diagrams and stuff like that to kind of get you guys a good understanding of what's going on. So first up, we want to discuss what doxing is. And doxing, basically, it's where someone gets your IRL information and they try to spread that to as many people as possible, usually to encourage some form of harassment or just make you feel scared. That's really what it comes down to. Serious cases of doxing can result in other people swatting you. That's really the worst case scenario, or maybe even killing you. But most of the time that doesn't happen. So don't freak out too much, but just have that in mind. So guys, how does one usually get doxxed? How could you get doxxed? How did you get doxxed? That's going to be the first step. And so usually what happens is you usually piss someone off. It might not even be your fault, but usually that's what it is. Someone is angry at you for whatever reason. Again, it's probably not even your fault. And even if it is, you still don't deserve to get doxxed. So who did you piss off? How did this happen? Well, in my experience, there's like 4 different things that could happen. You could be a content creator like myself. I've had people try to dox me, try to come after me and stuff like that. And usually what happens when you're a content creator and you get doxxed, it's usually because you have some sort of opinion that people don't like. You have fans or trolls that follow you around and they don't like something you said and they want to hurt you or get revenge on you in some way, encourage harassment or whatever it may be like that. Another category is that maybe you have some kind of online girlfriend or boyfriend, and maybe you guys had some kind of falling out. And usually this does kind of result in doxing. Maybe someone's trying to get you harassed or something like that. If you're a girl and your boyfriend doxes you or something like that, sometimes even news can be leaked and stuff like that. Usually not quite as common with men, but definitely another common situation is that you have someone online who you're kind of in a relationship with and it ends badly, and one of the others can, boyfriend or girlfriend, can get doxxed in that circumstance. Another common situation is an angry friend. Maybe you had a friend on Discord or some other platform and you're not friends anymore. You had some kind of disagreement. This is another case of where you can get doxxed. Now, another category that kind of related to being a content creator or just anyone in general, just some kind of angry troll. Maybe you piss someone off in a comment. You don't even have to know this person. They're just some kind of creepy stalker who wants to hurt you or get back at you in some way. And now what I've found is usually content creators are usually doxxed by angry trolls. So that's why there's kind of like that linkage there with the blue line. Like I said, when it comes to being a content creator, anytime you have an opinion on the internet, you will make someone angry eventually, as long as you have enough viewers. Now for me, I didn't really have any trolls on my channel for around 1 to 2 years, but once I started getting some serious viewership and stuff like that, there were trolls coming out of the woodwork. And I've found that with content creators, or maybe just if you're a small content creator, or even a big content creator as well, trolls and kind of harassment comes on waves. There are some content creators out there who have had really good communities for years, but they make one little mistake and then, all hell turns loose. We kind of saw this with MKBHD. He was kind of like the fan favorite, but then he was like speeding by schools and breaking the speed limit, and now everyone kind of hates him, or there's at least a certain negative sentiment about him. But it can also work the other way around. I used to have tons and tons of trolls back in the day. I was pretty effective at kind of cutting those down. Unfortunately, I had to cut down some of my Discord servers and interactions with the community, but it did resolve a lot of the trolls and they kind of got bored and moved on to other people. Unfortunately, probably for those people. But yeah, that these are generally what I've found. It causes people to be doxxed. One of these kind of four categories of individuals. Now, trolls, what they will do is, if they're not like affiliated with, someone you personally know, usually they will kind of try to seek you out and do research on you, kind of like a creepy stalker. So if you're a content creator, you might have leaked some bits about your life. Maybe you filmed outside once, maybe your real life name is public, maybe your girlfriend is public, or any number of details. And if someone's dedicated enough, oftentimes they could find out small details and do kind of research and kind of connect the dots. This can lead to them finding your IRL name. And once they do this, including your full name, if you haven't used the data broker removal tool to remove your information, they could therefore find your address, phone number, and stuff like this. And that pretty much leads you to getting doxxed. So that's kind of what happens with angry trolls. Now, what happens with jealous lovers or the angry friend kind of archetype of people who may dox you? Well, in these cases, usually what happens with these two that lead you getting doxxed is you leak some personal information, usually even your name, maybe your first name, maybe some of your friends, maybe what school you went to, what kind of job you have. Anything like this can be correlated together. Maybe even just told them your entire name, and that can be correlated enough to know your full name or enough to know information to kind of further the doxing. So all this in combination can end up with you being doxxed. Usually what it comes down to is someone finds your IRL name. And like I said, it can be trolls, harassing content creators who have obtained that information, or personal relationships that you've willingly given that information, not knowing that one day they would turn against you and try to use that information to dox and scare you. So what is a doxing essentially? Well, essentially, it means your IRL name has been obtained and there's now free access to your information. People generally want to spread this information to scare you and harass you and threaten you, and often encouraging others to harass you as well. At the end of the day, why is this dangerous? Well, sometimes it can lead to the act of doxing itself isn't necessarily dangerous. The problem with doxing is, let's say you get doxed by someone who's just kind of a troll and they kind of move on, but maybe someone finds that doxed information who's actually even more crazy and comes to your house or something like that. Generally, that's why people don't want to be doxed and want to protect their information. So that's kind of really what it comes down to, protecting your personal information, just on the off chance some creepy guy out there or girl comes and tries to kill you or something like that. Not really funny, but kind of reality. So what do you do when you've been doxed? This guide is also for people who haven't been doxed yet, how to prevent being doxing or how to fix it once it's happened. So that's kind of the two categories I have here, doxed and not doxed. Unfortunately, if you have been doxed already and you haven't been doxed yet, the steps are actually the same. Once you've been doxed, you can't really ever remove that information from the internet. Lots of times it's out there. But what you can do is take alleviating steps to kind of lessen the effect of that doxing. And so that's why both of these steps kind of lead to the same thing. And let's go ahead and discuss what you can do. So guys, my tool I recommend is a tool called Incogni. Now, Incogni is an affiliate of mine that I've been working with like 2 years now. I'm not a sponsor for them, so if you don't buy them, I'm not even going to make any money from them in this video. Also, it has a 30-day refund policy. The reason I recommend Incogni as well, despite being an affiliate for them, and the other ones also have affiliate programs too, that be Delete Me and so on. The reason I specifically picked Incogni to be a partner with is because they have more flexibility in plans. It's $90 for the first year. They also have a monthly plan and a friends and family plan if you want to protect your friends and family from having their information leaked. So basically, what does this tool do? Well, it goes to various websites out there, sort of like White Pages and a lot of these websites out there like that, and it will remove your IRL name, address, phone number, and all that kind of stuff. So if someone did find your IRL name on the internet, they can't therefore easily find your address. So there are lots of websites out there like this, a couple hundred to be in fact, around 200. And doing it yourself would be extremely tedious. Some people do prefer to do that if you're on an extreme budget, but emailing 200 different websites, corresponding with those websites, forcing them to remove your data like Incogni does on your behalf, It's just a very time intensive thing. And some people will even do it yourself and use a service like this just to be safe. So that's why I recommend it in this video as the primary anti-doxing tool. And these have definitely become more popular nowadays than they used to be. I've been recommending this one for a long time. So it's definitely a pretty good company. So yeah, use my link in the description down below to check out Incogni. You'll be able to get this discount on the screen for around 50% off, and you'll help support the channel as well. So that's really the first important thing, is you want to buy Incogni. There are also other tools just like this, like I said, but in my experience from testing all of them, this one is the cheapest and the most flexible. What is the next step you can do once removing your information? Well, like I said, if you've already been doxxed, people might already have that information, but not being able to collaborate that information and see that information available on other websites does kind of make it doxing less effective, in my opinion. Additionally, I think if you haven't been doxxed yet, this will make it very hard for you to get doxxed, because if someone does find your IRL name, they won't be able to find your address and stuff like that. So it's definitely very, very effective on both of these kind of steps, I would say. Next up though, if you want to kind of proceed after you've done the Incogni step, I would recommend blocking anyone that's harassing you or accounts even tied to harassment, and leave any communities associated with said harassment. I myself have had to do this on my channel. I've had to delete a couple Discord servers just to kind of get away from that kind of toxicity and harassment and doxing and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, this can suck, but at the end of the day too, you know, your mental health is very important. So it's definitely something I recommend. If you're not a content creator, this is much easier, because you could just make a new account, join different communities and so on. But like I said, if you are a content creator, best step is to ignore the trolls, move on, disengage from social media like Discord, and definitely turn off DMs. Trolls love DMs. They love seeing you read their things directly. They love engaging with you directly. So if you do want to keep your Discord server, I recommend turning off DMs, having strict rules against people requesting DMs, and just stuff like that, and disassociating from your community a little bit. Don't spend too much time messaging people in your server. Just take a step back and focus on making videos if you are a content creator. Lastly, I would say that one of the more effective things about doxing is just ignoring the dangers of doxing. But at the same time, I'm not saying be complacent, because you also need to secure your IRL self. For example, you might want to consider getting a firearm license, doing firearm training, having it securely locked up in your house if you really do feel that threatened, self-defense classes, contacting the police if you're worried about swatting so that way nothing bad happens, and especially install home security and camera devices to make sure your house is safe and you can see if anyone is approaching at any hour of the day and stuff like this. This is all stuff that is preventative, but at the same time, once you do these steps, worrying about it unnecessarily is just going to be bad for your mental health. And there's not really much more you can do than some of these steps here, especially once you remove your information and kind of disengage from trolls. So guys, let me know if this video helped you out. Here's all the steps right here that we kind of discussed. If you want to help support this video and this video is helpful for you, use my Incogni link in the description down below. If you're looking for a VPN, I also review those on the channel. So check out my links in the description down below for VPNs, and I'll see you in the next video very soon.